Welcome students. Today's topic of discussion is animal biotechnology. This is a very important portion of your syllabus. This animal biotechnology mainly deals with it's a huge subject. Actually, this is a subdivision of biotechnology syllabus. So, in this animal biotechnology, what we'll be mainly dealing with the different aspects of how biotechnological aspects are applied on animals. Okay, all these things will be governed in this section. Okay, so first of all, let us know why we need to use animal for biotechnology purpose. We all know as per that what is the definition of biotechnology. Biotechnology is mainly the uh, subject which deals with the technological applications of biology. Basically, biology is a basic science subject, but when you are applying the concepts of biology on animals, okay, for the development of your product or the important products you need to know, important uh, animal products you need to magnify, or any thing which is of importance for animals will be governed under this animal biotechnology. So, we need when we are getting benefits from the animals, we try to manipulate them, and we try to uh, increase their yield, or increase our own values, or we try to increase the mainly the our importance, and also the product we are getting from the animals. Okay, as we are getting benefit from the animals, we biotechnological applications are responsible for changing the behavior of the animals, and changing the behavior in such a way that the overall benefit we are getting from the animals will be increased. Okay, so animals provide a number of products we use in everyday life. So just brushing up, what are the important things we are getting from the animals? We from the animals we are getting many type of important things. We all know about this, but I'm just brushing it up so that you can understand why we are going for animal biotechnology purposes. So the most important everyday life products we're getting from animal is the milk. We are also getting leather from the animals. There are different type of leather products we are using that are all from animal sources. Then wool, you all know the wool is also being extracted from the shepherds, or different yaks. Okay, so and the eggs, meat, all this type of these are common your animal products which we are consuming in our day-to-day life. Okay, so these are the main important products we are getting from the animals, and when we are doing the animal biotechnology, we are trying to improve the production of all these type of products in our day-to-day life. Okay, now roles of animals in biotech. What is the role of animal in a particular biotechnology as subject or biotechnological aspects? Okay, so roles of basically. Sorry students, we got disconnected due to the network issues. We are facing too much network issues nowadays due to your cyclone and many other problems. So resuming my lecture again, we were talking about different type of the role of animals in biotechnology, isn't it? So in this again the connection is getting unstable, but we are trying to do complete our portion within the stipulated time. Okay, so what are the roles of animals in biotechnology? Animals are involved in lab experiments. Mainly the animals are involved in different type of lab experiments, like they act as a model, they act as a carrier, or a different type of drugs and different type of vaccines. You all know, in like your coronavirus vaccine trials are going on all over the world. They are doing different type of lab experiments on the animals. The vaccines are mainly applied on the guinea pigs, and then on the your different type of animals which are related to human. First they are applied on those animals, and if they are they are testing positive, then they are going for further human trials. Okay, first human like animals are treated in the lab for any application of your product, like your drug, your vaccine, anything. Then only we move on to the human trials. So animals plays a very important role in lab experiments. Without the use of animals, humans might be in danger. Yes, that is also very important point, that without animals we are in danger, because Acha, Shatabdi is asking something. We are explaining the roles of animals in biotechnology. So animals are very much helpful in lab experiments, as we are getting different type of products from the animals. So it is very we are very much related to the animals. Okay, for different type of help they are providing us, or the products we are using. So for studying of in animal biotechnology, different type of models are used to for the study of the animals. Okay, uh, not only the animals, but also any drug or vaccine or any type of pharmaceutical products. Therefore there are four models used for the use of the animals. Okay, so the animal models are mainly the living animals, then the living animal tissues or systems, the non-living systems, and the computer and mathematical approaches are also there. Okay, so there are four types of models which can be used, like living your model can be living also, it can be a tissue also, or it can be a non-living system also. Okay, and there are also computer and mathematical approaches are there. So coming to the living animal systems, these animal systems are living and usually have no threat to the well-being. Okay, so this type of animals we are using for our work are not a threat to us, so we can use them as a living human being. As for example, your mice, your mouse, like bulbsy mice, then your you all know that rat model and mouse model is used all over the world to study vaccine, pharmaceutical products, and different type of applications. So animals which are living are not harmful to us, and they are uh, treated in the laboratories as scientific animals, and agricultural research often use experimental group of animals. So agriculture research are also using, because animal husbandry people and many people in poultry sciences, in fisheries, they are using live animals for their studies. Okay, now living animal tissues or systems, animal tissues can be cultured in a lab. So this saves the use of animals as the expense of feeding, housing, cleaning up of after animals. Okay, so you can also culture the animal tissues. It is done all over the world, as your animal tissues can be cultured in a lab. And in that, what is the benefit we are getting? We don't have to feed them, maintain them, clean them, like when you are maintaining an animal house. In that animal house you have to keep all the animals together. Okay, so there will be a lot of maintenance thing is there. You need to clean the place, you need to feed the animals. But when you're using the animal tissues, no such problems are there. You can just maintain the culture, and you can go for further with your research. Okay, now coming to the next important model is the non-living systems. Involves using non-living mechanical models that reflects animal activity. Okay, this often relate to skeletal movement and locomotion. Artificial replacement parts such as hip joints can be studied using non-living systems. So in this, what happens, some portion of the human body which are not having any life cells are used as the non-living systems. Okay, now another important is the computer and mathematical approaches. Computer simulations with virtual reality, other uses help in biotechnology. Computer modeling may be done with the purpose of biotechnology practice before it is tested with animals. Okay, so another approach of your models is the virtual lab. That means virtual lab, you all know, when you are viewing some experiments in the YouTube or any place, that means you are learning it in a virtual mode. Okay, you are not doing it in actual physically, but you are visualizing the thing inside a video, so you are doing some virtual work. Okay, so that thing can also be applied in the concepts of animal biotechnology. In this, what is happening, computer and mathematical approaches are applied. So you are first of all simulating the things outside the human system, then only you are applying to the living one. So this is also an important model approach for animal biotechnology. Okay, so next important thing, the laboratory animals. The laboratory animal is an animal used for laboratory research purpose. Obviously, good tending is needed to assume that the research is properly carried out. Without research involving animals, scientists do not have a base. So what are the factors governing the laboratory animals? uh, Without the use of laboratory animals, you cannot move forward, because laboratory, some chemicals, vaccines need to be applied to the animals, so that uh, otherwise you cannot go forward with your research. Because suppose you are designing some product of animal, suppose you design some insulin induced milk, suppose. These are also important product, animal biotechnology products, where you cannot apply the concept of animal biotechnology without using it in an animal model. You cannot allow the milk to be treated to, or to be consumed by the humans before you are treating it with the animals. Okay, so this is the condition where you are facing all this problem. So laboratory animals are very crucial for our study. So animal species, most animals are subjected of study at one time or another. Most common species used in research laboratories like mice, rats, hamsters, or primate. That means, what are the different type of species, animal species, which can be used in the uh, laboratory as animal biotechnology model? These are most common species which are used. As I have told you, mice, rats are, and hamsters are very common animals used in the labs to understand different type of concepts of biotechnology. So when you are asked about what are the most common examples of your research labs, you can say mice, rats, and hamsters. Okay, so animal reproduction is also very important. When you are maintaining the animals in a particular place, they can be sexually reproducing animals. That means union of sperm and egg can occur, and the sperm and the sperm from the semen basically, and the egg are fusing together, and they are fertilizing the concept, and then you are applying for the animal reproduction portions. Okay, now animal reproduction is also an important portion, is that you need to unite the egg and the your sperm. Otherwise the fertilization will not be done, your zygote formation will not be done. So all these things are very much required while you are working with the animal models. Okay, so and reproductive development is also you need to regulate, because when you are working with one mouse, it is not necessary that your one batch is sufficient for your work. So you need to increase the number of animal models. For that reason, the reproduction portion is very important. Like these are different developmental stages are there. It is almost same as humans also. Fertilization, after fertilization, the pregnancy period is in animals is the gestation period. Then parturition, that means the when you are giving birth to the baby, or animal is giving birth to its offsprings. Then lactation, that means the feeding the baby with a mother's milk. That almost all mammals are feeding their offspring with their own milk, so that is known as a lactation. All these steps need to be followed when you are not when you are culturing or dealing with animal models. And dry time is also there when they are not lactating. Okay, now this estrous cycle is also an important thing, that a female is always undergoing a estrous cycle, and when this cycle is mainly responsible for the reproduction of a particular female. Okay, now artificial insemination is also done. So what artificial insemination means, nothing but artificially you are introducing semen into a human's body, having the fertilized egg. So the fertilization is taking place in a see, sperms are collected from the males by artificially promoting ejaculation. Then artificial insemination is the transfer of collected semen to a recipient female. That means you are collecting the semen from a particular male and you are transferring it into the body of the female having egg. Then this is called artificial insemination. Why it is done? When some reproduction problem is faced, we are using this technique. Then gender pre-selection is also choosing a potential offspring, then sorting sperm, then all these things are need to be maintained when you are going for the animal culture. So embryo transfer is also a very important uh, aspect. What is this? Embryo transfer is nothing but the harvesting of fertilized ovum from a donor and implanting them into a recipient. Okay, so what is happening here? The embryo transfer is going on. That means your egg is being transferred or the fertilization from a donor and implanted into a recipient. So what is happening? Nothing but your embryo is not growing inside the body of the animal. It is being transferred to another recipient and they are growing that particular human body, human or any animal inside uh, outside the biological parents. Okay, then bovine somatotropin is also an important uh, applications also. Bovine somatotropin is a naturally occurring growth hormone produced in the pituitary gland in the endocrine system. Now what is happening? By treating dairy cattle with the hormone, milk production is increased approximately to 15%. Okay, so what is happening? This bovine somatotropin is a hormone which is responsible for the growth of humans. Okay, and it is produced in our body from the pituitary gland. So what is happening when you are treating a milk with this hormone? Milk production is increasing almost 15%. Then some dairy products do not use BST and incorporate that fact in their advertisement. Okay, this is another aspect. First let me explain this thing, that bovine somatotropin is nothing but a hormone which is responsible for the increasing growth of any of humans. So what the animal biotechnology scientists did, they applied those hormones into the body of a cattle or a cow or any milk producing organ milk producing animals. And what is happening? They have seen their 15% production of milk increased. As I have told earlier in the initial slides, that biotechnology mainly involves in the increasing uh, increase in the improvement of any product which we are getting from the at environment or from the animals. So here we are treating the milk with 15% bovine albumin and we are increasing the milk production, and so your overall yield from the milk is increasing. Okay, now transgenic animals and products are also very important. Transgenic animals and products are what are transgenic animals and products? uh, Acha. First of all, let us understand what are transgenic animals and products. In this section, what we will be dealing, the transgenic animals is a very important discovery of animal biotechnology. Okay, so the pigs have been used to manufacture human hemoglobin, and a xenograft is the practice of grafting an organ to. Acha, this is mainly if I actually in your syllabus it is mentioned that transgenic animals are there, but transgenic animals is a huge thing. It requires a whole lecture, but not only a lecture, 2 to 3 lecture to explain the importance of transgenic animals. But as we are running short of time, we need to understand simply what is transgenic animals. Transgenic animals is nothing but when you are incorporating the gene of one organism into another and adding some characteristics into the life of another human being. So that this process is known as the transgenic animals and products. Okay, so what is happening? Pigs have been used to manufacture human hemoglobin. That means human hemoglobin producing gene has been incorporated into the body of the pigs. Okay, so they have started producing human hemoglobin. So what is happening? You are infusing one gene into another gene, and that gene is responsible for growing of the particular type of hormones. Okay, so what is happening when you are trying to induce one important characteristics of one particular human into another particular animal? So what is happening? You are incorporating that gene of interest from the body of the animals to another body of another humans. Okay, another important example is that suppose the your cloning, all these things are also coming under transgenic animals, and these animals are carrying the characteristics of another organism when the particular gene is introduced. Okay, now transgenic animals and products, mice transgenic genetic mice have been used in several ways. One of the best known is to produce human antibodies. Cattle are used to control disease such as mastitis in dairy cows. Okay. Sorry, again we got interrupted due to network problems. I'm continuing my lecture again. We are talking about the transgenic animals here. I was giving you the example which is necessary to understand the different aspects of transgenic animals. One important example is the use of different type of transgenic mice is nowadays used, and human antibodies are produced inside this mice. So what is happening? You are inserting the gene responsible for human antibody production into the body of the mice, and the mice is also acting as a human body and producing a particular type of antibodies. Okay, so this is the best known application of your mice as production of antibodies. Okay, so kettles are also used to avoid some diseases. Some disease resistant genes are being introduced into the body of the your particular type of organisms, so that you can understand how this particular, sorry, my slides got changed. So in these are the different examples of transgenic animals. Okay, now the next thing is the methods of creating transgenic animal. Okay, how we can create a transgenic animal. Basically this process is a lengthy process and it requires more discussion, but we will try to understand with few simple understandings. Method of creating transgenic animals. The first step is the collection of embryos. Okay, so with proper stimulation, far more embryos can be obtained than would be the natural result of the reproductive process. So what is happening? You are intriguing the animal to produce more and more embryos, and you are collecting the embryos from the body of the particular animal. Step 2, inject embryos. So a pronucleus is the haploid nucleus of the sperm or ovum that have united in fertilization to form a zygote. Okay, the pronucleus is the haploid nucleus of the sperm or ovum that have united in fertilization to form a zygote. So what is happening? A pronucleus is that means a nucleus of the sperm or the ovum have united in a fertilization to form a zygote. So what is happening? You are inserting the embryo into the body of another animal, and what is happening? The sperm and the egg are infusing together and fertilizing to form the zygote. Okay, so ultimately the zygote is being produced. Now what is happening in the next step? Step 3 is zygote culture. The zygotes are placed in the oviduct of the recipient female. Okay, so this is the final step, I think. Yes. Step 3 is the zygote culture. That means when the your zygote cells are being produced and they are being transferred into the female body. So what is happening when the zygote is developing inside the female body? They are getting the characteristics of the embryos which is being introduced. So the transgenic animals is formed in this way when they are getting the genes from another animals and infusing them into their body and producing the same product which they are getting out from another animals. Okay, so you are capable of introduction of different characteristics inside the uh, body of another animals. Okay, so this is all about your uh, animal biotechnology syllabus, but I have just briefed up what are the things you need to understand in animal biotechnology portion. But the main things you have to consider is what is animal biotechnology definition, why we are doing animal biotechnology, what are the products we are getting from the animals. Then you have to deal with what are the different type of okay, we are running out of time. Anyways, I'm concluding today's lecture. So in the basically you have to read about different type of processes, like the what are the different type of models you can use as animal biotechnology, and what are their application, what are how are the reproductions are taking place, how different type of steps of the reproduction are manipulated to get the transgenic animals. Then embryo transfer is occurring, then how different type of hormones are applied into the body of the animals and production is increased. Then finally the transgenic animals, how you are producing a transgenic animal. First of all you have to collect the embryos, then inject the embryos, and finally a zygote culture will be formed. Okay, so this is all about your today's lecture. As we are running out of time, I am not concluding, I am not going for the question answer session. Thank you, students.